the past be the past, I'm on a new level. It's hard to pick which car to drive, I got a few of them. The first to make it cross the line like a true winner. Cause if you knew better, then you do.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans. Team set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in week 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Get it! 70 Timberwolves.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he stopped immediately there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it?
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Ward. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Check, smash, Panther 11, Panther 11.
Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. So that flag will set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Hey, smash, 19, Panther 80.
Throwing is Ward. And he fends him off. He'll try and do this himself. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over. Looking to put a drive together. Stroud off the play fake. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. Gets through and now an opening. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Stroud to throw it. They'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Tony.
Now a run. Here's the rookie from USC. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. Second down. The Texans hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they're coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end.
18. What's that?
Marks now at 1st and 10. They'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this would be a little ambitious, and he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed him the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll try and run forward Marks. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. He was brought down by 7 No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with 4th down and 1. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division, now loose football, the ball comes out, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to run forward with Pollard. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Yes, guess it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
They'll try and throw for it with Ward. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Titans. Wandale Robinson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Titans 7, Texans 3.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win. The coach is always hard on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. There's good recognition there. How about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Here we go.
Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. That'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. That goes for a gain of 31. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. The toss to Marks, running right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Throwing now is Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 15-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
The 15-yard line.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. Throwing middle, and it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 7-yard line.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line.
118, what's up?
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. David Montgomery, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans are once again back in front.
Two good drives on their first two possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7.
Titans 7. Chinese Fairbairn to kick off for
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Ready?
This now a 3rd and 4.
Let's go now. Panther 60. Panther 60. Trap 60. Trap 60. Go.
To throw, here's Ward. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Throwing now, Ward. Swinging this out for Pollard. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd.
Here we go.
Again, it's Ward. And he is caught. And all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's good for the Titans. First down.
Dragon 60.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Pass all 80.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Ward. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
70 Timberwolves.
They'll throw again, Ward. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans team.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. They'll begin on the ground with Marks. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He has a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 43, here's 2nd down and 2.
All right. 19 Texas. 118.
Stroud working out of the gun. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch. Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
First down.
To throw is Ward. Has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now Ward. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Texans will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Looking to put a drive together.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
On the quick.
On the ground, it's Marks to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 8. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And out across midfield down to the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode.
When that ball popped free, we can hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Oh, hey. Hey, uno more. 11.
Throwing on second and long. Stroud checks this down to Marks out of the backfield. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
All right. Tony, 19 taxi.
Now Stroud. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Titan football.
At their own 21-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run, as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. Well, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Going for it, here's Ward. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Stroud going to give to Marks. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
All right. Look at how, 118. What's that? Buggy.
Play action. Here's Stroud. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal.
But they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Here we go. 118. What's that?
Abanikanda on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texas touchdown. Israel Abanikanda taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Play action. It's Ward. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play that time for the Titans. 45 yards. First down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Here's Ward. Another pass complete to Bellinger. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Daniel Bellinger, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further.
Joey Sly to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
27-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Yes. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing is Ward. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
90 yards receiving now for the ball game. It's a first down. Ward now working out of the gun. That's complete to DK. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. Play action, Ward. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. We've seen that before. Jeffrey Simmons making a stop behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Banjo. Hey, team. What's up?
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield, because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
DK to return. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Give them a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Moore. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. Moore. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. And the Texans are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference. Meet it head on and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now a 3rd and 6.
Here we go.
To throw is Stroud. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly a must. It's 1st and 10. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So there you go. Say your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
Ready?
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air free.
I give it all away. You're like my reason for life when my dreams seem so far away. You give me more than I don't fade. I don't wanna go to war. You don't wanna give me peace. I can never leave you alone, even when I'm overseas. If I gotta do a show, you coming with me. Baby girl, you a prime time.